Good Friday morning, scholars. Can you believe another week is about to come to a close for my seniors? Can you believe that after today there is only a week left of graded activity? Then you just are submitting your attendance that week after Memorial Day, and that is a wrap. Pretty crazy to think that back on March 13th, we got the word that we were headed home for a couple weeks, and here we are now about to wrap up the rest of this school year. Pretty crazy. I've enjoyed seeing some of you when you come pick up your caps and gowns. It's weird, it's sad, but it's very nice to see your smiling faces, or well, I think you're smiling. Most of you or all of you have masks on, so it's a little hard to tell. But I'll be there again today if you are stopping by, so be sure to say hello. Okay, so today we are going to continue looking at these solutions, potential solutions. You started researching these yesterday. So now that we have identified the problem and looked into that, now we're going to look at what can be done to help alleviate the problem or get rid of the problem or make the problem not a problem anymore, however you want to look at that. So several things we can look at here. What can be done to solve the problem? That's the main thing. Has it been solved by anyone or anywhere? If so, why is it still a problem? So if you are able to look into it and there are things to fix it, why is it not being fixed everywhere? And if you are in a situation where your problem has multiple solutions, which solution would you choose to quote unquote fix your problem? So that's what you're working on your research. And today, as you see, if we look down our schedule, Friday, May 15th, we are going to start looking at putting this section into APA format. So as I've mentioned previously, as long as you are following along and keeping up with the daily happenings, at the end of this, your APA essay will be not only written, but also formatted correctly, and you'll be ready to turn it in. Okay, so let's open up the APA document that you have been working on. So remember, you are looking at opening up a doc and using the APA format template. And so we are still not worried about any of this. If you filled this out, obviously that's okay, but we are not concerned with that yet. We will get to that. We'll get to the abstract. Here's where we started in talking about the problem. Quite a few of you turned in what you had so far for your research for the problem, and everything was looking really good, so well done. Just a reminder to make sure that you are keeping track of all of your sources and that you are citing things appropriately as you go. So when we look at the solution, we're actually going to look at that as another level 1 heading. So just like where it says the problem, we're going to call this the solution. Um, and much like we did with the problem, here you can talk a little bit about the solutions that are out there. Okay, so this is kind of general. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so here you'll include your general information about the solution or solutions. Okay, and so that'll go under that level 1 heading. Your first level 2 heading, now this is going to um, depend on what you're finding in your research, but it might be called something like application, or application of the solution or solutions, because this is where you're going to put information in regards to um, has it been has the problem been solved anywhere? How did it work? You know, has anyone tried to put a solution into work? And this is where you also want to talk about, if so, why is this not a thing? You know? So if it is working, why is this still a problem? What is holding people back, or holding companies, or holding the government back from applying this everywhere? Okay? So something along those lines for that level 2 heading. And then the second level 2 heading under our solution heading is going to be focused on your chosen solution. So if your problem only has one potential solution, this becomes pretty clear cut. But if not, if there are multiple ways to potentially alleviate or fix this solution, this is where we're looking at, which one would you choose and why? Or how would you fix it? Okay, and the why is very important. Okay, so if you are choosing a potential way to alleviate this problem for people or for the world, why are you choosing this particular solution? So it's almost like you're kind of pitching your chosen solution. Okay, and that is where we are. So at the end of this, you'll have the problem level 1 heading and everything there. You'll have the solution level 1 heading and everything, all of your information there. And that's where you need to be for the end of the day on Monday. So you still have some time to continue working on this. Just like we did with the problem, it will be optional for you to turn in what you have so far of this APA essay by the end of the day on Monday. Optional, but recommended for some feedback. And of course, if you have any questions, you can ask those at any time. So that is where we are. If we look ahead a little bit, and if you are ahead and want to start, getting ahead of the ball a little bit, you can take a look at our schedule and see that after we're done with the solutions section, we start looking at the introduction. You can start plugging in your information into the title page. You can start working on your abstract. I'm going to walk you through all of those things eventually, but for some of you, this is not the first APA paper you are writing. So if you're familiar with those things, you can certainly go ahead and start working on those. If this is your first APA essay that you're writing, you could still do the title page. That's pretty self-explanatory, plugging in the information there. You could start thinking about your introduction and what you're going to be saying there. Remember, with your introduction, just like any introduction, your goal is to let your audience see the significance of the problem. Okay, so remember, you're getting into the background of the problem in the body of your essay. So the introduction can be a little bit more personal about why this is impacting people, why we should care, and essentially why you chose this problem as your focus. Okay. So if you are ahead, you can start thinking about those things. If not, then you're just working right along with us. And like I said, by the end of the day, Monday, we want to have this solutions section done and ready to rock and roll. All right. So with that, if you have any questions, please make sure that you are emailing me. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend, and we'll talk again soon. All right. Stay safe, guys. Be cool. Bye.